Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome. This is yoga. I am Janeen Ali, your teacher today. And I'm super excited to be with you guys. Let's see here how to do over. Go. Let's see here. All right, Shauna, I see you're here. Hello. How do I shift? Hey, how do I shift the mute all?
Do you see a place where it says participants?
Oh yeah, there we go.
And then just uncheck that one box.
Yeah, I don't usually use this feature. So, oh, there we go. Mute everybody. Unclick that. Okay, friends. Awesome. Okay, can you guys see me? Actually, just if you guys can chat with me here in the chat box, can you hear me and see me? And everything's good? Welcome. I see Greg here and Nancy. Okay, awesome. You guys can hear me, see me. I see Sam and Kristen and Nancy. We've got about 3 minutes to go time. Hey, Debbie, it's so good to see you. You can see your face on your video. I love it when you guys turn your videos on. And then I can see you. That's awesome. I see Rebecca's here. Oh, Sam's here. Awesome. Hey, Sam. Terry's here. Welcome. I love it. I love seeing you guys in class today. This is so exciting. All right, I'm just gonna do a little test here, make sure my screen's in the right spot for you guys to see my mat and to see what I'm doing. So you guys might need to have an extra microphone or something. I'm not mic'd for this, and I am a little bit far away from my computer screen. I'm using my laptop today. I was testing with my husband a little earlier today. And so if you're listening to this recording later and you're having a hard time, you can plug in a speaker. You can put it on a different device. If you're on your phone and you can't hear very well, it might show up a little differently on your TV. But I'm just super glad to see you guys. So who else has joined? I see Deborah's here. Jeannie's here. Greg's here. I think I already said hello to Greg. Kristen. Yeah, I'm just excited to see you guys. This is nice. This is really fun. So just so that you guys know, you can use the chat feature and I can see that. I won't be able to see that while I'm teaching, but I'll be able to tune back in and see the comments you make during class or after class. And I've got a really fun flow for you guys today. Again, my name is Janeen, if you've just joined. All right, DK, woohoo! DK in the house, awesome, welcome. Okay, so if, like I was saying, I've got a great flow for you guys. It's going to be a little more energizing than some of my other classes, and I hope that's good for you guys, because definitely feeling like we need to bring it in yoga. Okay, it is 10:15, so we're gonna get going, and we're gonna start off with a meditation today. So find a cozy seat on your mat. I'll try and talk nice and loud so you guys can hear me. Find a cozy seat. Settle in, start to feel your body on your mat, the points of contact that you have with the earth. Start to get quiet. Take a deep in-breath. And then on your exhale, go ahead and close your eyes if you haven't closed your eyes already. Turn your focus into your breath. Again, how you're feeling, how your week has been, how your morning's been. and how you are right now in this moment. Use your mind to help you to stay present in this space instead of thinking about the things that you have to do today, maybe, or what you've got going on this weekend or next week, or any worries or thoughts that you might have about past or future. Just go ahead and let all of that go right now. All right, on the next in-breath, I want you to inhale and bring your fingertips out towards the sides, sweeping up towards the ceiling. Filling all the way up with your breath, and then exhale, pull your hands through heart center, resting your thumbs on your breastbone. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale, reach, filling all the way up as you move your fingertips through space. Exhale, hands to heart center. Exhaling fully and completely. Inhale, last one, reach, fingertips up towards the ceiling. And exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful, place your hands on your knees, blink your eyes open, and let's come into child's pose on your mats. So child's pose is toes touch, knees go wide, sink your hips back towards your heels and place your forehead on your mat. Again, just start to settle in. So I'm talking to you, I'm moving my mouth toward my screen, towards you guys so that you can hear me, but I want you keeping your foreheads on the mat. Okay, come all the way up into tabletop. Let's do a few cat-cows right now. Inhale, lift your chin and tailbone. Exhale, rounding through your spine, pulling your navel up towards the ceiling. And just go ahead and move through this at your own pace. On your inhale, you're shifting, lifting your chin and tailbone. Exhaling, pulling your navel, rounding through your back. Syncing your breath with your movement. Good, come back to neutral spine, plant your hands, tuck your toes, and lift your hips into downward facing dog. And just take a moment here, since this is our first down dog of the day, to get set in your dog pose. You can pedal out your dog, bending one knee at a time. Take a look at your toes and make sure all 10 toes are facing forward. The pinky edge of your foot is parallel with the side edge of your mat. Sits bones are lifted. Inhale, round your body into plank pose. And exhale, knees, chest, chin, come all the way down to your belly. Roll your shoulder blades down your back and lift into cobra. Good, exhale, back into downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. The bottom of your exhale, bend your knees and walk towards the front of your mat between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, get long from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Exhale, forward fold. Take a few breaths here. Let your spine, the vertebrae of your spine, create space between one another from this pose. Good, sink your hips into chair pose. Reaching your fingertips up towards the ceiling, upper arm bones towards your ears. Inhale, lift, reach. Exhale, hands to heart center. Samastitihi. Let's go ahead and flow through Surya Namaskar A. I'll walk you through it. Inhale, lift your arms. Open your heart. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into plank pose. Let's move slowly. Stay in plank for an inhale. And exhale, come down to your mat. You can do knees, chest, chin, but come all the way down to your belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lift your hips. Back into downward facing dog. Let's hang out here for 2 breaths. Bottom of your exhale, bend your knees. Step towards your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Come all the way up. Fingertips extending, reaching through your ring fingers. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Inhale, chair pose. Sink your hips. Bring your upper arm bones up by your ears. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back into a lunge position. Inhale here. Exhale, plant your right hand. Move your left hand towards your hip as you twist towards the left side, reaching fingertips up last towards the sky. Exhale, bring your left hand back towards the mat. Ground your right foot in the back and straighten your front leg into Parsvottanasana. Inhale, lift and lengthen your spine before you forward fold on your exhale. Let your upper body just drape over your front leg, sending your breath to your left hamstring. And soften the muscles of your face. Bend your front knees slightly. Ground through your back foot. You might have to shift how wide your stance is here, but we're going to come into Warrior One. Virabhadrasana 1. I just need to step my back foot back just a little bit. Open through your heart. You can do steeple mudra with your fingers if you'd like to, or you can just extend your fingertips all up towards the ceiling. Yogi's choice. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step your left foot back into plank. Let's go ahead and flow through a vinyasa, or you can meet me in downward facing dog if you would like to pass on a vinyasa. Bottom of your exhale, bend your knees. Step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center, and then drop your hands by your thighs into Tadasana. Take a moment to just get centered, get grounded. Inhale, reach, fingertips rise. Exhale, hinge from your hips, forward fold. Halfway lift. And exhale, step your, let's see, what is it this time? Nope, left foot back this time. Left foot back. Remembering, where am I facing you guys? Good. Take an inhale here in your lunge. Plant your left hand and extend right fingertips last. After you've twisted, stacked ribs, stacked shoulders, then fingertips lift towards the sky. Exhale, right hand comes down to the mat. Ground your back foot, straighten your front leg into Parsvottanasana. Inhale, lift, lengthening through your spine, getting space to the back of your ears, and then forward fold. Bend your front leg, come into Virabhadrasana 1 or Warrior 1. Lifting, keeping your hips square towards the front of your mat. giving you lots of cues today because I can't see you all. Make sure that you can see your front big toe, that your knee is stacked over your ankle in the front. Beautiful. Hands down to the mat. Step back. You can step back into downward dog, or you can flow with me through your vinyasa. Meet me in downward facing dog. Think about your hands grounding on your mat. Your feet also grounding on your mat. In the bottom of your exhale, bend your knees. And let's step or float towards the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, coming all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then down by your thighs. I don't know about you guys, but I am now very warm. I am all warmed up. All right, sink your hips into chair pose. We're gonna flow through Surya Namaskar B. Reaching overhead. Exhale, forward fold. If you don't know what Surya Namaskar B is, that's okay. I'm gonna walk you through it. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you can either step back or flow back into plank, and then exhale, come down into chaturanga. Inhale, lift into cobra or upward facing. Exhale, pull your hips back into downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, pull it through into a lunge. Ground your left foot in the back. Reach into warrior one. Keeping your hips square. Pulling your left hip forward. Grounding the pinky edge of your back foot. Exhale, hands to the mat. Meet me in downward dog or flow through your vinyasa, yogi's choice. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pull it back. Inhale, left leg rises. Pull it through into a lunge position. Ground your back foot, reach and rise. Warrior one. Exhale, hands to the mat. Moving intentionally, staying in sync with your breath. Come down to your belly or chaturanga and hover. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pull it back. Take 3 breaths here. Take your time. And I want you guys to know, in any yoga class, child's pose is always an option. If you need to bring your knees to the mat at any time, catch your breath, and always do that. Bend your knees, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach and rise, coming all the way up to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Come into Tadasana for just a moment. I'm going to face you and just let you know that in any yoga class that you're in, I'm actually going to grab my water here. Any yoga class that you're in, you want to make sure that you're going at your own pace. Like I said, I'm not there to check you today, check form. Do what feels good for you. If this is too fast, it's okay to just rest and then catch back up. Okay? That's totally fine. All right, here we go. Sink your hips into chair pose. Sink your hips, reach. And let's twist towards the left side. Bring your right elbow over your thigh, or you can even bring your forearm to your thigh here. Reaching left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Opening up towards the left. Mat your knees if you can. Good, come back to center. Here, and let's step left leg back first into Parsvottanasana. So Parsva is just pyramid pose. We did that before. Inhale, left arm comes up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring your fingertips forward, pulling your right hip point back, and then come all the way down into your forward fold, draping your body over your front leg. Keeping the muscles of your face soft. You're gonna walk your hands around your mat into wide-legged forward fold, bringing your toes forward. So the side edges of your feet are parallel with the side edges of your mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen through your spine, and then forward fold. If you want to hold onto your big toes here, you can. Beautiful. Bring your hands under your face. Bring your heels in slightly, bend your knees, and come up into goddess pose. So in goddess pose, I want you to bring your arms into eagle arms, right arm underneath. Bringing your forearms in front of your face, fingertips up towards the ceiling. Come into a place of stillness here. And then inhale, come into a stand, unwind. Bring your right toes forward. Inhale your arms out. Heel to arch alignment with your feet. You're gonna come into triangle pose. Exhale. Bring your right fingertips forward as you come down into triangle pose. And if this is hard for you in this position, bring your hand up towards your knee a little bit. You can be anywhere in here in triangle pose and continue to keep the integrity of the pose. Breathe. Beautiful. Bend your knee, windmill your arms up into warrior two. I'm gonna scoot my back foot back just a little bit. Exhale into side angle. You can bring your forearm to your thigh here or fingertips towards the ground. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back into downward facing dog. Just as a little reset here, we're not all the way finished on this side. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, pull it through into a lunge. Position, ground your back foot. And inhale, come all the way up to a stand. We're gonna do a twisting triangle. This is a good place to have a block handy if you need it. I am gonna grab a block really fast. If you don't have a block handy, that's not a problem. Okay, we can do it without it. All right, if you do have a block, I'll show you either one, okay? So inhale, left arm comes up towards the ceiling. Exhale, come forward, plant your block, and start to twist your body towards the right side. Keeping your front leg as straight as you can. With the block, it's kind of nice because you can bring the floor up here. You can bring it down if you have the flexibility. I know some of you do. You can just put your hand on the floor. I'm actually going to use my block today because my hamstrings are a little tight. Start to twist towards the right side, stacking ribs, stacking shoulders, and then reaching fingertips last. Keep your breath moving. Awesome. Exhale, hands to the mat. Move your block to the side and come back into plank pose. And then flow through your vinyasa or meet me in downward facing dog. The bottom of your exhale, bend your knees. Step or float to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach, root to rise. I almost lost my balance there. Go all the way up to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, I am actually gonna change positions on my mat so my mouth stays towards you guys, towards my mic on that side, but you guys stay exactly where you are, okay? Unless you wanna see the TV or the screen or whatever you're watching. Okay, inhale into chair pose. Sink your hips. Exhale, twist towards the right side. Is this the one I did last time? Was I facing you last time? I think I twisted towards the left last time. I think I did, yeah. So You can either do a forearm on your thigh or hooking an elbow, twisting that way. Keep your breath moving. Send your breath into your thighs, muscles of your face. Good. Inhale, come back to center. And go ahead and step your right foot back into pyramid pose. Inhale, right arm rises. Exhale, forward fold. Pulling your left hip back this time, coming all the way down, draping your body over your front leg. Getting soft to the muscles of your back body, soft to the muscles of your face. You're almost feeling this stretch, like wrap around your body. Your hamstring to your back. And walk your hands around to wide-legged forward stance on this side. All 10 toes face forward. Inhale, lengthen from your tailbone to the crown of your head, and then exhale, forward fold. Now, if you want to do an arm, a shoulder opener here, and interlace your fingertips behind your sacrum, you can go ahead and do that and lift your knuckles up towards the ceiling. Staying long through your breath. Good, release your hands if you were holding on. Bring your hands under your shoulders, turn your toes out 45 degrees, and sink your hips, bending your knees, and coming up into goddess position. This time, the left elbow comes under right elbow. Forearms come into in front of your face. You can get a little shifty here in your goddess, a little side to side movement if you want. Get long through your spine. Good, release. Come into triangle pose, left foot forward. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, come into the pose, extending through your left fingertips, and then twisting towards the right side. Again, come back to your breath. Inhale, warrior two. Heel to arch alignment with your feet. I've got to just kind of inch my front foot forward just a little bit so my knee stays stacked over my ankle. Make sure that you can see your front toe here on the inside of your left knee. And exhale into side angle. You can bring left fingertips towards the earth, or you can bring left forearm towards your left thigh. Excellent. Hands frame the front foot. Stepping back into downward facing dog. Just as a reset. Few breaths here. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, pull it through into a lunge. Position, ground your back foot and come all the way up to a stand before we come into twisting triangle. So square your hips towards the front of your mat. Inhale, right arm rises. Exhale, start to hinge from your hip, pulling your left hip back as you come into twisting triangle. So your right hand is going to come to a block or the floor or your shin. You can even use your shin bone if you don't have a block. And then you're going to start to twist from your belly, stacking ribs, stacking shoulders, fingertips reach last. Keep your back foot grounded. Keep the muscles of your face soft. Keep your breath moving. Exhale. Hands frame the front foot, set the block aside, and come back into plank pose. And let's flow through a vinyasa. Inhale, lift, or like I always say, you can meet me in downward facing dog. Bend your front knees. Bend your knees and step to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach, lift. Exhale, hands to heart center. Samastitihi on your mat. I'm gonna come back to the front edge of my mat. This helps me to get set. Okay, inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Plant your hands, step back into plank pose. Hold your plank, rounding through your upper back. Exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises. You can stay here. You can do a twist, or you can walk your hands back to your back foot into standing splits. Hang out here. Keep your face soft. Walk your hands forward and come into lizard pose. So bring your right foot on the outside of your right hands. Nice stretch. You can keep your back knee up, or you can bring your back knee towards the mat. I'm actually, for today, gonna bring my knee down in the back. It feels like a bigger stretch in my quad, which is where I need it today. But it's yogi's choice. If you feel like you want to be stronger in this pose, bring your knee up off the mat. If you want more of the flexibility aspect, bring your back knee down. All right, go ahead and step back into a plank pose and come into side plank. You can drop your bottom knee if you need a little modification here, or you can just roll right onto your right hand, lifting your left fingertips up towards the sky. It's up to you. Exhale, hands to the mat. Lift your hips into downward facing dog. Again, child's pose is yours at any time. Inhale, left leg rises. Walk your hands back to the back foot. I gotta jump forward here because my foot's hitting my mirror behind me. Standing splits, or you can stay in three-legged dog with a twist, or you can just come into dog pose. You're gonna walk your hands forward, back into plank, and come into lizard pose on the left side. Bringing your left foot on the outside of your left hand. Your left knee is touching your shoulder on the left side. And we're just gonna hang out here. Remember what you did with your knee on the other side, and do that with your knee on this side. If your knee was down on the other side, place it on your mat. Come back to your breath. Good. Come back into plank pose. And then do side plank on the left side. So that means bringing your left knee down to the mat. You can do that, or you can just roll over. Left side, fingertips up towards the ceiling. Really lifting through your left side body. Hands to the mat. Beautiful. Bring your knees down. Let's take a quick child's pose all together. You guys are doing amazing. Toes touch, knees go wide. Go ahead and nestle your rib cage between your thighs. Bringing your forehead to the mat. Like I said, I'm going to bring my face up so I can keep talking to you. All right, plant your hands. All right, come back into downward facing dog. The bottom of your exhale, bend your knees. Float to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach and rise. Bring it all the way up to the top of the mat. Exhale, hands to heart center. I'm going to switch sides here. All right, ground through your left standing leg for starters. So I'm going to face you. But for tree pose, just so I can demonstrate, you can do your kickstand tree here with your toes on the mat, your heel on your ankle, on your left leg, or you can come with your foot here on your shin, or you can come with your foot on your thigh. Just avoid your knee. And don't use me as your drishti. I'm feeling a little wobbly today. That's okay. Wobbles are fine. When you get stable, bring your hands to heart center. And when you're ready, you can grow your branches into tree pose. Getting still and quiet. Feel your energy flowing through your leg, your standing leg, into the earth to help you stay grounded and rooted in this pose. All right, hands to your waist. And then bring your knee in front of you, right knee in front of you, holding on with your right hand. Now you can stay here, you can bring your knee out to the side if you want to for another standing balance pose. Or if you have the range of motion, you can hang on to your big toe and bring your foot out to the side, keeping your right hip down, lifting through your chest, lifting through your heart, feeling the energy flowing out the crown of your head. Beautiful. Come back down. Bring your knee back in front of you and step back into warrior two. So bring your foot back, landing softly in the back of your mat. Heel to arch alignment. Bring your arms out to the side. I'm actually gonna pull my mat back just a smidge here because we're gonna come into half moon pose in just a minute. I'm gonna run into my mirror on the side. Okay, warrior two. Inhale, triangle pose. Straighten your front leg. Extend through your left fingertips out towards the side, then bringing your hand down. Opening up as much as you can towards the right side. Bringing a straight line from fingertip to fingertip. Bend your front knee, walk your front hand forward and come into half moon pose, lifting your back foot and feeling the energy spreading out through all of your limbs, through all of your fingers and toes. If you want to move into Ardha Chakrasana here by grabbing your back foot, you may opening up even further towards the right side, using your foot as leverage. Release your foot, set your back foot down on the mat, back into triangle pose, where we started. Here, and then bending your front knee, coming into side angle pose. I'm gonna come up, bring my forearm onto my front thigh, because that's what feels good for me right now. If you wanna bring your fingertips down towards the mat, you can do that as well. Excellent, hands to the mat. Step back into plank, and then flow through your vinyasa or meet me in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pull it back. Bring your heart through your ankles energetically. Being long through your back body, smoothing your shoulder blades down your back. Come back to your breath. Bend your knees at the bottom of your exhale. Step or float to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Root to rise, come all the way back up to Tadasana, mountain pose. Hands by your thighs. Again, I'm gonna switch sides here. Oh my God, I'm sorry, I hope that that's not making you guys dizzy. Me doing that, I wanna be able to face you so that my voice is still loud. Okay, we started off with tree. So let's get grounded here. Ground your energy through your right standing leg and come into tree pose. Settle in with your breath. Notice what it's doing. When you're ready, you can reach towards the ceiling. Bring your arms out in any shape you would like. Stay focused on a drishti somewhere in your room, something that's not going to move. Good. Bring your hands to your hips, and then bring your left hand to your knee. You can stay here. You can bring out your leg out to the side for a balancing pose this way. If you have the flexibility, the range of motion, you can hold onto your big toe and bring your foot out towards the side. Your leg doesn't have to straighten all the way. You can keep your knee bent if you want to go for it. Find your drishti. Stay settled and grounded with your breath. Muscles of your face soft. Beautiful. Bring it all the way back down. Actually, this is where we move into warrior two. So stay balanced, right foot. Land your left foot behind you softly. And then open up into warrior two to the left side. Settle in, let your shoulders soften. And then gaze over your front fingertips, keeping your eyes soft. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, reach your fingertips forward and come into triangle pose. Bend your front leg. Walk your front hand forward into half moon pose. Ardha Chandrasana. You may still see me. Oh, my couch isn't in the way. And then if you'd like to come into Ardha Chapasana by holding your front foot or your top foot behind you, that is an option. It's okay, welcome all the wobbles. If you're falling over, that's okay. I've had lots of wobbles in this pose. All right, release your top foot and land your foot behind you softly on your mat, as soft as you can, straightening your front leg, coming back into triangle pose, Trikonasana. Tune into your body. Make sure that your shoulders are stacked, your spine is straight, and you're just revolving around your spine, opening towards the left side. So you shouldn't be caving in this way or anything. Keep your shoulders stacked. Bend your front knee, come into side angle. Again, I'm bringing my forearm to my thigh. You can bring your fingertips towards the floor. Stay steady through your breath. Feel your feet, the points of contact that you have with your mat. Good, exhale, frame your front foot. And then you can flow through your vinyasa or meet me in downward facing dog, or you can take child's pose. Actually, I'm gonna take a child's pose. I'm gonna take a child's pose. We're gonna move into some seated stretches, and then we're gonna end up on our back. So the big work for the class is done. Now we're gonna start to settle in. Wind things down. Good, inhale, come up. All right, we're gonna start off in Janu Shirshasana. So that's bringing your heel in towards your hips. You start off with right leg bent, left leg is extended. Inhale, lift, grounding through your sits bones, and then exhale, forward fold. You can hang onto your leg if you've got the range of motion to hold onto your foot. Good, inhale, come up and just take your left foot and hook it over your right knee into Ardha Matsyendrasana so that you're kind of in this little pretzel position. Your left knee is facing the ceiling. Now how you hug your knee in towards your chest as you twist towards the left side. You want to keep your left hip grounded on your mat. Don't pick it up off the mat. So that might mean that you have to shift your heel over a little bit, make room for your hip, and that's totally fine. Keep your left fingertips on the mat or on the floor. Unwind, and let's do Janu Shirshasana on the other side. Bending your left knee, right leg extends, grounding through your fingertips and through your hips. As you lengthen through your spine, get nice and tall, and then exhale, come forward. Good, inhale, come up. And bring your right foot just on the outside of your left knee. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. Again, make room for your right hip. I've got to scoot my foot out of the way just a little bit. And then start to twist towards the right side, using your right fingertips to help you kind of anchor. With every exhale, you're softening, relaxing, and twisting just a little bit further into this pose, even if it's more energetically than physically. Good, unwind. And since your feet are just where they are, let's come into double pigeon with a forward fold. So I'm stacking my shin bones, and for you guys, I don't know if you guys can see this, I'm just bringing my right ankle to my left knee, and then my right knee is right on top of my left knee. You guys see me? I've got somebody else's picture in front. I'm gonna tilt this down just slightly so that you guys can see. Okay. If this is not a comfy pose for you, I just want you to bring yourself into simple cross-legged, where you've got both feet on the ground. If this is still uncomfortable for you, even in this position, you can just adjust your shins some way so that you're sitting like this, and we're gonna do a forward fold, and then you'll switch the cross of your legs, okay? So get into a place where you feel comfortably challenged with this. Everybody's body is a little bit different. I do not have flexible hips going into this position, or my legs are out to the side, but for some reason, I've got really flexible hips this way, so I can get my shin bones almost stacked all the way on top of each other. If that's not your body, it's totally fine. So just bring your hands by your hips, lengthen through your spine, no matter where your shin bones ended up, and then come forward into a forward fold. Now, if you have something to place under your forehead here, you can even bring your hands to your forehead to your hands here to kind of soften your face, the muscles of your back. I'm gonna sit up for a minute so I can keep talking to you. Then I want you to do that. I want you to just soften and relax. If you've got a block handy, you can place that under your forehead. Again, if you have the range of motion, if you're here and this is as far as you go, that's totally fine. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you today because I'm just gonna keep talking. I want you to just soften and relax and use your breath to settle in and get grounded. Good, inhale, come up and switch the cross of your legs. So what you were doing on that side, I want you to do on this side too. And again, this is up to you. This is a place where you really need to tune in and figure out what your body is capable of doing. Okay, place your hands by your hips and lengthen. And then come forward. Tune into your breath. Feel the points of contact that you have with your mat. Inhale, come up. Lovely. We are going to do wide-legged forward bend. This is the one I was telling you. I don't have awesome flexibility here, for sure. Bring your legs out to the side. If you're on a hardwood surface and your heels are hurting, you can scoot back to bring your heels onto your mat. That feels more cozy for you. But I want you to get nice and tall and long. Keep your toes pointed towards the ceiling, and I want your legs flopping out towards the side. And then come forward. Again, feel the places in your body, all the places. Feel the places where you are noticing the tension. And then I also want you to notice other places of your body where there's a lot of space. You just notice what's going on and use your breath to help you to be present with all the sensations that you're feeling. Use your breath to help you to soften and relax into the experience. Good, inhale, come up and make your way onto your back. You can move your ponytail out of the way like me if you need to, if you've got long hair. Sometimes that's not comfortable. Bend your knees, bring your heels up by your hips, and place your hands by your hips. We're gonna do some dynamic bridge pose, and then we're gonna come into some recline twists and then shavasana. So for dynamic bridge, I want you to time your inhale, lifting your hips and lifting your hands up by your head. No, my water bottle's in the way. And then exhaling, bringing everything back down to the mat and trying to time the time that your hands and hips meet at the same time. If that makes sense. I was kind of wordy, but hopefully you guys get me. Okay, so inhale, lift. And exhale, coming all the way down to the mat. So this time I want you to count, and I want you to take 5 counts to get all the way up to the top of the pose. And then 5 counts to come all the way down. This next round, I want you to count to 6. Count to 6 on an in-breath and 6 on an exhale. And then next time we're gonna do 7, and then we're gonna do 8. And after 8, I want you to just rest and be still on your mat while you're waiting for me or the other students in the class to finish. Just move at your own pace. When you're finished, you can stay here or you can take Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees go wide. If you're not finished yet, just take your time. There's no rush. When you are finished, let's all meet together in Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined cobbler's pose. All right, bring your knees together. Shift your hips over to the right side. If you want to wrap your right knee on top of your left for a reclined twist this way, you may, or you can just keep your knees together and just bring your knees to the floor that way. It's up to you how deeply you want to feel the twist. Obviously, if your right knee is on top, you're going to feel it even more. Extending your right arm out towards the side. Inhale back to center. Shift your hips over to the left side. If you had legs crossed, feel free to cross your legs again on this side, extending left arm out towards the side. Inhale back to center. Uncross your legs. And extend your legs out into Shavasana. Hands by your sides. Everything open. If you want to do cactus arms here, you may. Just let everything drop down through your mat, through the floor of your home, through the earth. Just soften and let everything go. I am going to come up into a seated position. I want you guys to stay on your backs for Shavasana, and I will keep my eye on the time. We're going to be here for 3 or 4 minutes before I'm going to have you come out of it. So for yourself, stay here. Give yourself this gift of Shavasana. I want you to be still, and I want you to just, like I said, use this time to really soften and let everything go. All right, start to bring the awareness back into your body. We're going to come very slowly out of Shavasana. I want you to start to deepen your breath. Do some micro movements in your fingers and in your toes. If you would like to stay in Shavasana a little bit longer, I want to encourage you to do so. You do not have to move out of this position. This is a wonderful position to be in, especially if you've been experiencing a lot of stress or trauma in your life lately, to just relax and be present for a little while longer. So if it's time for you, I want you to start to do some big stretches. You can open your fingers and toes really wide. You can bring your hands up overhead. You can bring your knees in towards your chest and give yourself a big hug. Eventually want to make your way to one of your sides, your right or left side, and just pause there for a minute before coming up into a seated position on your mat. When you're ready, I want you to come up into a seated position, moving very slowly, and come into a comfortable seat on your mat. You can sit on a block if you would like to as well. Just come in a simple cross-legged or hero's pose on your mat. Take a big breath in and exhale. Another inhale, bring your hands to heart center. So thankful for you all for showing up for class today. I hope you have a beautiful weekend. We'll see you in a few weeks. Take care. Namaste. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that practice. Thank you so much for coming and being with me today. If you guys have any comments or questions, I'd love to hear from you in the chat box. Oh, you're welcome, Sam. So glad you were able to make it. Nice to see some of my regulars here. Oh, good, Rebecca, thank you. Good, I don't know if Julie's still here, but Julie, thank you. Okay, hopefully DK, I gave you enough cues there for the poses, but yeah, thanks you guys so much for joining me today. It's great to see you guys. Take care, have a wonderful weekend. Thank you, Bonnie, thank you, Sheila. You're welcome. Good, thank you, Sam. Thank you very much. Bye, everybody. I'll be back in 2 weeks, just so you guys know. Shauna's gonna teach next Saturday, and then I'll be back. No one's going anywhere. So I'll be here. All right, take care. I'm still getting messages from you guys. Awesome. Thank you, June. If you guys want to listen to this one again, or any of the classes that the Rec Center is doing, they are posting them on YouTube for you guys to do over. So you don't have to wait for the next class. You can just jump in there and rewatch an old one or one that you missed. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting. Have a beautiful weekend. We'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye.